Hi everyone, and I had a couple of issues this morning with going live, but I've sorted it out. Welcome to day 6 of the 7-day challenge on how you can enhance your relationship. I'm so happy to have you back here with me. And once again, thank you for so many of you that have been sending me messages and responding to what you've found as takeaways in this challenge. And I hope that you will keep using these things and see how your relationship just keeps getting stronger and that connection re-establishes and grows as you put these actions into place. But without further ado, let's get starting with today's topic and see what we can discuss. Today, we're going to discuss self care and the importance of maintaining a certain form of individuality in your relationship and why this is important. It's so important to understand that we know that it's essential to nurture your relationship. And it's equally crucial to really prioritize your personal well being and maintain that sense of self because we have to still connect with ourselves in order to show up and present to our partner what we need to feel loved, fulfilled, respected, and happy in a relationship. When we talk about self care, it's important to remember that self care is a subject that we hear the word so often. But do we really understand what self care means within a relationship? When we are in a long term relationship, especially. If you look at this slide with everything that we've written down here, how to get up early and go outside, listen to podcasts, get your own inspiration, eating well, enjoying nature. Many of the things that we hear often are very important in self care, but it's very intriguing when you understand what self care actually means within a relationship. Couples so often neglect their own well being in favor of nurturing their relationship. It's, as humans, very um, important for us to feel that we are connected to our partner and we're wired for that connection. And in the process of attending to our partner's needs as humans, we sometimes advertently just neglect that connection with ourselves. Why couples neglect self care runs a lot deeper than just sacrificing for the self of their relationship. One of the primary reasons for neglecting self care is that belief that taking care of yourself is selfish. But let's have a look at a few more reasons as to why couples neglect self care and what happens when they do this. We tend to prioritize the needs of our partner and family, or even the community, at the expense of our own physical and mental health. The sacrifice of our own well being and the happiness in the name of external obligations or social demands takes a toll on our relationship. One of the other reasons that couples neglect self care is this thing that I mentioned earlier, the guilt that arises when you actually do take time for oneself. We often feel that prioritizing our own needs over those of our relationship or our family is a form of betrayal and shows us as being not a very good partner or a partner that is not prioritizing the relationship. This is very true specifically for women, I find, when I speak to couples, that they are often socialized to be the caretakers and to prioritize their needs of others and to take care of their partners or their children before they actually prioritize themselves. And then finally, neglecting self care often stems from a deeper psychological issue within the relationship. Sometimes individuals use the sacrifice of self-care as a way to avoid addressing the tensions and conflicts within the relationship. In this instance, the neglect of self-care becomes a coping mechanism, if you would like to call it, um, rather than a selfless act. So it's an avoidance. So let's have a look at the next slide. What is a sense of self? What do you feel a sense of self is? I came upon this couple on the right that for 35 years of being together, they have worn the same clothes every day. How crazy is that? It's not unusual for couples in the beginning of their relationship to actually want to feel connected and want to show the world that they are, in fact, one. So, why do couples lose their individuality in a relationship? One of the main reasons for this very interesting phenomenon is that natural process, like I said, of merging that usually occurs when two individuals get together in the beginning and start a relationship, especially an intimate relationship. In the early stages of the relationship, couples really intertwined and they do become one. But this merging can often involve shared activities, their identities, their spaces, and a blending of these social circles. But while this desire for closeness is very normal and actually quite cute, it can foster a sense of connection. It can also lead to the depletion of individuality, which I so often come across. Additionally, the challenges of balancing the personal growth and maintaining the relationship can also contribute to the loss of individuality. Couples may find themselves rather prioritizing shared goals and aspirations, and their own individual goals and aspirations get lost somewhere along the way. In the process, they start neglecting their own development and their sense of self, and they start losing that connection. I so often hear the words, I don't know who I am anymore. It's very important to note that losing a sense of individuality in a relationship is not inherently negative at all, but couples can choose to merge and create a strong bond, just like the couple that have been wearing the same clothes for almost 30 years. Their bond is obviously really close, but it can bring that sense of security and intimacy, and when you share that identity. However, it's very crucial to strike that balance, that very important balance between togetherness and maintaining a strong sense of self. Who am I, and who do I want to be in this relationship? So to avoid losing individuality in a relationship, um, to avoid losing that individuality in a relationship, couples can choose to merge in a creative and strong bond. And it can bring a sense of security and intimacy and a shared identity. However, it's very crucial to strike that balance once again, um, which is important. To avoid losing that individuality, the need for a strong, ongoing personal growth and self care, cultivating your personal passions, maintaining connections outside the relationship, and setting aside time for reflection and self expression, and all those essential aspects of preserving individuality within a relationship. You need to keep on doing that. So let's take a look at the next slide. How can open communication and boundaries help you with setting your individuality and keeping your self care going within your relationship? Remember, Communicate open and assertively within your relationship so that your partner and you know where your boundaries are, what your likes and dislikes are, and where you feel triggered within your relationship when it comes to your individuality. Support each other's dreams and growth and goals. Allow your partner, support them, enjoy watching them grow as an individual, and in a way that actually helps you grow together as a couple. Healthy boundaries are so essential when it comes to communicating boundaries. Cultivating the mutual understanding and freedom that I am setting you free to be yourself within this relationship. I don't want you to mold into this little person that I'm trying to create that's going to serve me. I would like you to grow and bloom into who you are meant to be as an individual. Prioritizing quality time within this boundary is so essential to maintain that connection. Even though you are can have quality time on your own, but also prioritizing quality time as a couple together. And remember, controlling behavior is never okay. Avoid controlling behavior. If you notice that you're feeling slightly controlling, address this issue with yourself and see where your insecurities are kicking in to make you feel controlling. And if you need help with this, then find help. It's never okay to feel this controlling behavior. I'd like to leave you with this quote. Remember, today we turn to one person to provide what an entire village once did: a sense of grounding, meaning, and continuity. Continuity. Sorry, I can't speak today. At the same time, we expect our committed relationship to be romantic as well as emotionally and sexually fulfilling. It it is any wonder that so many relationships crumble under the weight of it all. There is so much pressure today on us, guys, to have good relationships that we forget about our own individuality along the way. Tomorrow is the last day of the challenge. So if you haven't seen all the days, please go watch them on the YouTube channel, and I will see you tomorrow. And tomorrow, as you know, is day 7, and there's a big surprise and a special offer for you tomorrow. So I'll see you there tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a lovely rest of your day.